Good morning. This is Miss Maggie T with Lush Exchange. And of course, if you're new to the channel, I want you to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss another post from me. But I want to go into something that sparks a bit of mixed reaction. And that is, who's responsible for making you happy? I'm going to start it off with the quote from Will Smith. We kind of know how that goes with their relationship. It stated, "You cannot make a person happy. You can make a person smile. You can make a person feel good. You can make a person laugh. Whether or not a person is happy is deeply and totally and utterly out of your control. Every person is responsible for his or her happiness. Well, no one else can do it for you." And I agree. I absolutely agree. One thing that me and Nikki V on Lush Exchange have always stated: if you're not fixed within yourself, if you're not making yourself happy, how in the heck are you going to go into another relationship and expect it back? You have to first work on you. Because when we go into it seeking someone else to do it for you, that's when you get your heart broken. That's when you go through so much drama and you're depending of it. And that breakup is devastating, and you're not really fixed. You're still broken. You can't go into a relationship in broken pieces and expect it to get better. You can't. So you are responsible for making you happy. I know that goes over a lot of people's heads, but you have to first love you before you can love someone else. And that somebody else loves you back. Two broken people just don't work. But let's get into a little bit about that, though. How to make yourself happy today and every day. Make yourself happy and do it with no regrets. Happiness is a gift from life that you should protect daily. Doing this will help you see more of the pleasant things in life, even in the face of the toughest of challenges. Life is a journey full of ups and downs, and everyone will have a share of joys, sadness, disappointment, and other kinds of feelings associated with living. Moreover, each encounter can help you discover how to make yourself happy. The secret to navigating through life's challenges is by remaining happy intentionally and always wearing a smile, because sadness does not help solve any problems. It only makes a person so miserable that they won't be able to think of solutions to the issues being faced. It is important to know ways to make yourself happy, irrespective of the situation you are currently facing. Here's a quote: "The foolish man seeks happiness in the distance. The wise grows it under his feet." That said, it is no surprise that most of the things you can do to make yourself happy revolve around finding happiness in yourself and not from other people. That's where we go wrong. When you make your happiness dependent on someone else, you are very likely to get disappointed a lot. Likewise, when you attach your happiness to material things, you will never find happiness until you get that particular material thing you seek. Now, I have some ways you can do something to make yourself happy. Only say nice things to yourself. Do you know that little voice in your head you have conversations with? You control it even though it feels like a different entity sometimes. You are happy when people say nice things, and it's the same when you say nice things to yourself. If you tell yourself that you are miserable, your brain will believe that, and that will make you sad. In contrast, when you say nice things to yourself, your mind reads that as a compliment, and they will raise your mood and make you happy. So to make yourself happy, it is very important to always say nice things to yourself, even when you do something silly. That's why I always encourage daily affirmations. I am good. I am great. I am strong. Saying things of that nature to yourself, it encourages you to believe it and live it. You have to think that way about yourself. Start giving yourself positive vibes. Don't allow anybody else to tell you how good you are. Understand that life is a process. People sometimes put a lot of pressure on themselves by setting their goals alongside a certain age. You hear people say things like, I should be earning 6 figures at the age of 27, or I should be married at 25, and similar things. If these things fail, they begin to hate themselves or feel ashamed of themselves. This feeling is one of the significant causes of depression. People get depressed because they are unable to achieve unrealistic goals. It is essential to accept the way you are at every point and keep working towards your goal. No time is too late to achieve anything you want to make yourself happy. Absolutely. There's no time limit on things to happen to you. They just happen. Let it happen naturally. In the meantime, you work on you. Do not compare yourself to others. This is a very vital tip on how to make yourself happy. Most people make the mistake of comparing where they are at a particular time with their schoolmates, co-workers, business people. And when they see them live with what they perceive as a better life than them, they begin to hate themselves for that single reason. It's not a good thing. Everybody is different. It is vital for people to always remember that every person runs a different race. Yeah. And one person's life shouldn't be used as a yardstick to judge your progress in life. Social media is a big mirror on its own. It has increased the pressure people feel when they see their mates posting their success, quote unquote. You should learn to find happiness in the little things life has offered you, yourself, your family, and many other simple things. Yeah, that Facebook is all a big lie half the time. People that claim to be happy aren't really. I don't go by anybody's picture or post and oh my goodness, that's relationship goals. You don't know what's going on behind closed doors. Anything can sound pretty behind a post and a picture. But what's truly happening? Always forgive yourself. Some people beat themselves up for so long when they make a mistake or do something wrong. When you beat yourself up for too long for a mistake, you begin to hate yourself for the mistake you made. And you can never make yourself happy when you hate yourself. The right thing to do when you make a mistake is to sit down and have a complete analysis of the whole issue. If you are wrong, admit your fault and ask yourself questions like, how can I be better for next time? Then forgive yourself with a promise that when faced with a similar situation, you will make the right choice. This is important to know if you are determined to know how to make yourself happy. We are our biggest critics. And sometimes that criticism can override the positive of the situation. It was a mistake that you have to learn from, and you get better from it. But what went well with it? Also focus on that. Avoid people who make you feel bad about yourself. And that's a big one. In life, certain people want to make you feel bad about yourself every single time. They're miserable. Sometimes these are people who hold in high regard and have a lot of respect for you. They can be family members, partners, friends, colleagues at the workplace, etc. These people see no good in people and are toxic to people around them. But it just means that they have their own insecurities and just want to live it through you. Such people will only make you unhappy whenever you have close contact with them. Therefore, it is important to stay away from them if you want to be happy. If a person does not make you happy, then it will do you a lot of good if you stay away from them and find more positive people. The numbers benefits of eating healthy by consuming less sugar and junk, eating more vegetables, exercising regularly, and taking supplements can be overemphasized. So you got to prioritize your health. Apart from making you healthy, they make you look better, and looking better translates to you loving yourself more. Working on maintaining overall health is a form of self-love, as that is going to benefit you both physically and mentally. However, when you slip up, you shouldn't go hard on yourself. A good number of people get very angry at themselves when they eat what they are not supposed to eat or drink what they are not supposed to. It is okay to have that less healthy food your body craves as long as you don't make it a habit. So the key to happiness is also taking care of you internally. That's definitely a key. Spend money on yourself. This is one very important part of how to make yourself happy that a lot of people skip. Some people don't believe that there is a need to spoil themselves sometimes. They would instead get the best stuff for their partners, family members, and even friends. But when it comes to spending on themselves, it becomes a very difficult thing to do, or none at all. They will buy the cheapest clothes, shoes, and accessories for themselves, even though they would instead want a much more expensive one. If you can afford the best clothing, then buy them for yourself and make yourself happy. You should make it a part of you to always put yourself first. Try to spend money to get what you want regardless of the price today and see how happy it makes you feel. Now, that's only if you can afford those things, though. And I understand that some have children like myself. And yes, you want them to always have the very best. But we do, as parents, have to take the time sometimes and also take care of us. Buy what we want. I mean, if you got to put some money aside just for a rainy day to use, that's what it's for. I mean, you take care of your household, but you always have to do what's best for you as well. Make the place you spend most of your time in as comfortable as possible. As a human being, where you spend most of your time should be made to be very neat and furnished to your taste. This may sound unnecessary, but studies have shown that you sleep better in an elegant, beautiful room and comfortable bed than you will in an untidy room. Likewise, people tend to be more productive working in an orderly and neat office. Aside from these benefits, being in a place that is comfortable as you want it to be will give you happiness that will affect your total well-being. So buy that comfortable bed that has been on your mind, or that furniture or appliance you have always wanted to buy if you want to be happy every day. Yeah, I mean, I love it when a room is clean and uncluttered. You feel like you can just breathe better. Take out time to have fun. And in every busy world, it is very possible to forget about fun and just be all about work. And we get into that routine and just a lot of days just drag. Irrespective of how much you earn from your work or how much you enjoy your job, the human brain is programmed to get weary when the same activity is performed day after day without taking time to wind off and breathe. Having fun now and then is very beneficial, as it gives the brain the much needed rest it deserves after a while of working. And it also improves your mood and makes you happier. So take time away from work and go for vacations, the beach, or any other place of interest that would keep your mind away from work for the time being. You do have to put work down. You do, and live your life. Always have 3 square meals daily. Now that one is a tough one. Some people get so occupied with their work that they forget to eat sometimes, thereby making them skip a meal or, in the worst case scenario, 2 meals. This is a habit a large number of people are guilty of today, including myself. This is a very unloving habit to do to yourself. Don't ever be so busy that you won't have time to eat. However, the possibility of actually being so busy cannot be ignored. But a meal should not be skipped even if you end up eating something very light. It is better than nothing. When you stop skipping meals, you will be surprised to see the effect that it can have on your overall mood. With that being said, it is essential to eat every meal, as it is essential in knowing how to be happy always. Helping people who are in need. Helping people who are in dire need also has a way of making you happy. It is essential to show love and care to the vulnerable members of society. This act of kindness has a way of making you feel fulfilled and happier about doing them. Take a portion of your salary and give to the homeless, the sick, and other people who need help around you, and watch how the joy you cause them through your gesture finds a way of coming back to you. And do it unannounced. Even if it's not your salary, it's donations, it's clothing, whichever. Food. The joy that you give to someone else does feel great in that good deed. But don't do it just because you're just trying to look the part. Do it out of the kindness of your heart, and it goes a long way. In final thought, learning a new thing is just a tiny part of the work. Applying what has been learned is where the real challenge lies, and that is where a lot of people falter. Happiness is something every human should not be deprived of. A life without happiness is a tough one to live. These tips have shown a couple of practices that can be applied to your everyday life to make yourself happy and help keep a smile on your face, even when there is nothing much to smile about. What do you guys think about these tips? It's overall loving of yourself internally and out. Only thing that wasn't mentioned was you also have to love who you see in that mirror as well. You have to love all your flaws in and out. So when you can do that for yourself, it's not a validation that you're looking for anymore. You just have that confidence. That self-esteem is higher when you love yourself. And no one can crash that down regardless of what they say. Hold your head up high. And understand that you are somebody. You're special. You have to believe in that. And then, let's say you do get in a relationship. Because you have high self-esteem for yourself, that will reflect in that person who would want to love you. Because you're no longer broken. All right? But guys, until the next time, this is Maggie T. I'm not going to hold you guys up any longer. Hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comments. Hit a like of what you felt about this message. All right, you guys, I'm out. Have a great day.